What's up, Ran fam? We are back out looking at these onion seeds, and we've had a lot happen over the last couple of weeks. We've had these bees in these cages, other pollinators, and we're gonna go out and we're gonna meet Ryan. We're gonna actually get in one of these cages, look at what we see as seeds that are setting, and show you what that looks like.
Hey everybody. All right, so we're going to take you into one of these cages. We're at a very critical part of our onion seed development right now. We are at the pollination phase, and this year we have actually had great weather for pollinating. We've been, we haven't had any really hot days yet. Our seed came on a little bit earlier this year, which was a blessing in disguise for us. So we're going to go in here. We got leaf cutters in this cage. We're going to show you kind of what we look for when we're evaluating our seed set, the good, the bad, the ugly. We're going to take you in here. We're going to check out these umbels, and then we'll take you over to one of our bigger cages that's a little more advanced. So like I said, this cage is full of leaf cutter bees. That's one of the 3 pollinators we use. We use honeybees, leaf cutters, and blue bottle flies, actually. So these little guys are doing a heck of a job in this cage. It looks like you can see on some of these, they're still flowering really well. Some of them have actually started, the ovules are starting to close up and those seeds are starting to get set. Like right here, you can see pretty swollen up, and that's full of seed right there. So in another week or so, all these anthers will dihiss, which just means they die off. And then what we'll be left with is just a whole umbel full of seed set, hopefully. Positives that we're seeing this year, like I said, we've had very favorable weather for pollinating. The plant health overall, thanks to the Regen guys helping me out this year, our plant health has been incredible. Our thrip numbers have stayed low, which in turn helps pollination be much more effective, because when the bees go to land on these umbels, those thrip tend to hang out right at the top of these things. So when the bees land on the umbel, those thrip kind of attack them, and they don't like that. So then in turn, they don't get pollinated. Yeah, so when we're going around looking for thrips, kind of what we'll do is we'll just do a couple shots on the hand. And you can see, there's a couple in here running around. A lot of these are just anthers, but overall, I'd say our thrip numbers per umbel, around a dozen probably, which seems like a lot. But again, these onions are, if these were in a field, would be 10 to 12 leaf stage. So that's around 1 thrip per leaf, which is really respectable numbers. And compared to where we've been in the past, we're doing a really good job this year. So now that you've seen kind of what this looks like, nice quiet cage. These leaf cutters are pretty docile critters. We're going to take you over, show you one of the honeybee cages. It's getting to be about noon now. Those things are fired up, and we're not going to go in those cages because we're not trying to get these guys stung, but we'll show you what that looks and sounds like. All right, as you guys can tell, right behind me, we have kind of our good old afternoon swarm of honeybees starting. These guys, once it gets heated up, they don't like being inside these cages too much. So we're going to stay on the outside, just kind of explain to you what we're seeing. They've done a heck of a job. This is one of our more advanced cages. As you can tell, some of these umbels all the flowers are gone on them, and they're just setting seed now. So all these plants, all the energy that's coming up through this plant now is going into that seed pod and creating that nice healthy seed. One thing we have noticed in these overwinter cages, we kind of got started last fall on our thrip control a little bit late. As a result, IYSV is starting to rear its ugly head now, and you can see, looking in this cage, there's some symptoms starting to pop up. We see those big typical IYSV lesions, a little bit of lodging that started. However, we've made huge strides this year. We're actually getting ready to plant again here in a couple weeks for our next overwinter crop. We'll do a much better job. We learned a lot this year, so the next few years of our onion production is looking super promising. But anyway, we just wanted to show you guys kind of what the honeybee situation looked like over here, and we'll take it back out and talk to you guys soon.